Yeah. What's that stanky guitar like that? It's like an old southern rock song. That's exactly what it is, actually.
Wow, it's almost like it's exactly what it is.
This is Corey DLG, and you are listening to Nerd Thug Radio. That's right. Welcome back, everybody. I hope your Monday is going great, and it's just about over because it's 2 p.m., and that means the workday is done.
Yep.
I mean, if you're unemployed, it's over. You made it.
You did it.
It's another day. This is Corey DLG, and with me occasionally is Nico DLG.
That's me.
And back with us one more time because last time didn't go bad enough. The Zek Attack.
Wiki.
This is 104.5, 106.1, the sister stations, and they are being broadcast worldwide at irlonestar.com. I feel like there should be a radio in there somewhere, like IR Radio Lone Star, or like radio irlonestar.com.
irlonestar.com.
Well, does IR stand for Internet Radio?
It does, but like it feels like there should be one more radio, like radio internet radio lonestar.com.
Like
radio,
like
radio.com.
ATM machine or PIN number?
Right.
IR Radio Lone Star.
Right. See, it works.
Our
It does.
radio.
It flows.
Flows real nice.
What?
So anyway, it's now Monday. It's 2:02, 2:04, 2:08.
Congrats on
2:10.
making it through the weekend intact.
Yeah, everyone's alive. Everyone's happy about that. You know, we film this and we record these in advance, and there's always an opopportunity that one of us could die, and this be the last thing anyone ever hears from us.
That's real depressing.
Right, it is. I
Not-
don't know why you think so dark.
Not
Really?
the-
I thought it was like kind of a neat thing.
Not the thought of dying,
Oh.
but that this is going to be the last thing I'm
Right,
memorialized
yeah.
on.
Like, last thing I'm
Oh.
remembered for is I got laughed at for 20 minutes because I made some comment about something like... That's usually how this goes.
I don't know, but that's pretty Nico, right? Like,
No, it's exactly...
Yeah,
I
mean,
I died
if
as
there
I
was in
lived.
fact a testament to Nick of Time's life, it would be being laughed at
Right.
for something dumb he said.
Right,
So, I mean, that would be
It-
like the perfect way to go.
It's apt.
So, this weekend, bro.
right, yeah. This is the time.
Wiki.
We could talk about a lot of stuff this week. Anything in particular you wanna bring up? How have you been? You haven't been around in a minute.
I've been pretty good. Doing a lot of travel for work, and then I was in New Orleans for Mardi Gras.
Nice.
Not
Exciting.
for Mardi Gras Day, but for the Thursday through the Monday before Mardi Gras, and then we headed back.
So Mardi Gras Day, you mean Fat Tuesday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And which is like the biggest party of the day. But then at midnight,
It's not the... It's pretty big. It's pretty big for locals for sure, right? Because
Right.
it's the two biggest parades. It's the King of Mardi Gras Rex is the last parade, and then like Zulu is the one before that.
so how do you win King of Mardi Gras, right? Because it's an election, right? They
It's,
appoint a king.
I don't exactly know.
It's
But it
like
comes with
aristocracy.
So at Mardi Gras, all the parades are held by what are called crews, right?
Right.
So the crews are like these,
Like
kind of like,
clandestine groups.
they're not really clandestine.
Templar.
It's like they're charity clubs kind of. Think of it like the Elks or like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, that kind of thing. Not quite as intense as the Masons, but like
Right,
the
the
Elks or
Masons.
like the what's another one? The Lions, I think, or
I've never heard of that one.
the Rotary.
I know the Rotary.
So I don't exactly
who are the
know.
guys who wear the hats and they give all the money to the Shriners?
Shriners?
Yeah, yeah.
So like each crew has their own like king of their crew's parade, and then the Rex parade is the royal parade of
Okay.
all of Mardi Gras.
Because of Tyrannosaurus Rex
Exactly.
or Imperious Rex.
Exactly.
As Namor calls it.
It as who calls it?
Namor,
Who's Namor?
Submariner.
Just kidding. The first mutant.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Imperious Rex. I still don't know what that means. I'm 34 and I don't know.
Imperial King. Here we go.
I don't think I'll ever
I
know
think
it.
imperious means like the imperative of, right? The imperative of the king. When does he say it? I think
he
we
used
would
to
need to know context.
like a battle cry. He would just yell Imperious Rex, or like if he was mad, if he was storming
Maybe
off.
imperious means imperial.
I don't know.
know.
We're guessing now.
I really wish I'd taken Latin. I wish I knew Latin.
Really?
I really
You
do.
wish you knew a dead language?
I do.
Okay.
I do because number one, I think it helps your English vocabulary. Like Latin and Greek will pretty put a good handle on like your vocabulary in English.
But I know words real good,
Yeah, I know.
so nails it.
Okay.
I'm a wordsmith.
Imperious, assuming power or authority without justification, arrogant, or demeanoring.
Yeah, so it's like by the authority of the king is
So-
how I would read that.
So like if he yells it at
Or
people
in
who
the-
are if they're telling him what to do, and he's like Imperious Rex, I am the king. Okay, all right, that makes
Or
sense.
like if he's calling people to battle, right? Like,
right. Okay, all right.
yeah, by the will of the king or by the authority of the king.
Do as I tells you.
Like I'm doing
Right.
it too. Like I'm also going into battle, so we're all going to do it.
Papish says.
I get it.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I did Mardi Gras. What else?
But like you missed it, like so not going the last day though was like the best way to do it. I feel like because I remember being on Bourbon Street on that Fat Tuesday at 12:01.
It's neat. It is neat if
when
you
the
never...
horse brigade marches through.
So
though,
I have
not cool.
I have not. I don't want to say mixed feelings about Mardi Gras. New Orleans is my favorite city on earth, and I've been all over the planet. But New Orleans at Mardi Gras and New Orleans not at Mardi Gras are two totally different cities.
For sure.
So I enjoy Mardi Gras in New Orleans for sure. I love the parades. I always have a good time going to the parades. I'm too old now for like getting drunk and ridiculous on Bourbon Street, and that kind of thing starts to piss you off after a little while.
I don't know. I feel like I could do that. Still.
Last year when we went, like it was so packed on Bourbon, like literally like it was like a mosh pit, like where you couldn't move, like everybody in the crowd, and like that doesn't appeal to me anymore.
Right.
This year it wasn't so bad because we went like we walked up and down Bourbon Street a few times, and mostly it was like during the day or in the early evening.
No, in the day and the early evening, the special places to bead ratio is probably pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are places I like on Bourbon Street. There's a couple of good live music places I like to go to, but then I don't feel bad about missing the Tuesday parades just because like I've seen the Rex parade, I've seen the Zulu parade, and they're fun to watch, but I have just as much fun as the other parades.
I feel like at this point in our lives, if we've seen parades, we've seen them all.
Yeah, and they're always a good time, but I don't feel bad for missing the Tuesday parade. This year we got a hotel on the corner of Bourbon and Canal, which
it's a good spot.
It kind of sucks.
Really?
It's not a good place to watch the parade, so we kind of had to walk not far. Nothing's very far.
No, it's a small
but like
town.
being right there on the corner, like there's a bunch of drunk idiots so close to Bourbon right there. So like
Right.
getting out, so. But I always have a good time at Mardi Gras, and Haley, my wife, loves it. So it was fun. We had a good time. So I was in Midland for work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Flew home Wednesday night. Drove to New Orleans Thursday morning. Was in New Orleans Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Drove back Monday, and then flew back to Midland on Tuesday morning, and was there until Saturday. So it was kind of an intense 2 weeks.
It's like there's nothing in Midland.
No.
Do they know that? Like when you get to Midland, are people just do they even welcome you there, or are they kind of just like sorry?
Well, like it's weird. Like
Welcome
it's not a bad city. Oh, like I shouldn't say. I don't know. There's places to eat, and like the hotel I stayed in was nice, which is really all I require. Like that's my bare minimum.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, there's not
an overabundance of things to do in Midland.
right.
But I mean, if you're there for work.
Yeah, and I was too tired. Usually I'm too tired after doing training classes all day to do much after work anyway. So other than that, I don't know. I don't know. I finally got around to reading that Freedom's Choice series you pointed out.
Yeah.
Big fan. Looking forward to book 4.
Yeah, the only complaint you and I kind of talked about of that is they introduce a brand new species in the third book.
Right. So like
and
the whole premise is like these alien races have been captured by this other alien race and enslaved and sent to planets and whatever. And like in the first 2 books, no mention is made of this fourth race, and then in the prologue and like the first 3 or 4 pages of the first chapter of the third book,
which is basically a summary of everything that's happened so far.
They're brought up as though it's old hat.
Right, like they retro write them in.
So like you kind of are on the, and you said this earlier, you're kind of like waiting for the shoe to drop throughout the third book. I mean, like, oh, because they're a shape-shifting race, right? So like you're waiting for that shoe to drop, and then nothing happens. You're like, was this just an editing oversight? Like,
right?
They were like, the editor was like, nobody put in shapeshifting aliens.
Right?
Did
the prologue in chapter 1 editor not read the first 2 books?
Right.
He's like, yeah, this seems right.
Because to be very, very, very clear, when we say they introduce this race, like there's not like a surprise or a twist or a shock or a discovery where someone just goes,
the 4 races,
and then they
when in every other book it's
Right. Yeah, they essentially just start listing a 4th race as though it's been there the whole time.
Right.
They don't list some sort of
as mentioned previously, the 4th race.
Right. That's exactly how it is.
They're doing a summary of the first 2 books, and in that summary they include a 4th race. And I actually I stopped for a second the first time I read it and was like, no, that's not right.
Hold on.
Right, and then they carry on in the books as though that's totally normal. And the other part is they don't pop up anywhere.
Right.
Like there are no characters in the third
Like
book.
it's literally like Anne McCaffrey wrote the prologue like from an outline she had done, an early outline draft.
And then they never corrected
and
it.
then nobody ever caught it. And I texted Corey immediately because I'd read the first 2 back to back, and then I started the third one right like as soon as I closed the second one. So I texted Corey immediately. I was like, "What is this?
Right.
What is this?
Right.
What's happening?
What's going on right now?" And I was like, yeah, just keep reading.
Right.
Like I messed with his head a little bit, tried to play it up a little bit. Yeah, keep reading. It's gonna be crazy. But they don't ever.
And then nothing happens.
They don't ever show up. They don't ever show up. They never explain it.
The anticipation that never happened.
Right.
So yeah, the long and short of it is more of the same for me.
All right. Okay. Okay.
House still under construction,
That was like
Oof.
Oh yeah, man.
Same. I know the pain.
but
That's a crazy thing. Like it's been so long since the flood, and you
Right.
guys are both
Literally
still
6
separately.
months.
well, and it's
dealing with
starting
it.
to wear thin, right?
Right.
Of course, of course. It's never not annoying to do like house remodel, repair, any of that stuff. It's always a pain in the butt to do that stuff.
Right.
So it's never fun to be like, yeah, someone's gonna be in our house just jacking stuff up for the next 3 months.
Yeah, and if like we'd chosen to remodel, at least we could be like, well, we chose this, right?
Right.
But
This is what we decided. This is against our wills.
But literally, your house fills with water like in an hour.
yeah, yeah,
It's such a crazy thing.
Right.
I saw some video of flash flooding, and it kind of tripped me out. Like the guy's in his house, and he's filming the water coming down the street, and then when he turns around, the water's already come in on that backside of the house, I guess. And he turns around, and suddenly he's in waist deep water.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's insane. It's crazy fast. Our neighborhood was a slow buildup, and then it was just like, well, I guess there's like just chest high water in our streets now.
Ugh.
And then on the positive sides, though, my wife has started up her own custom shirt making, sewing, and custom sign company. So
Yeah.
that's up and going.
Excited about that.
Sewingcupcakes.com. But yeah, it's blowing and going, I guess.
Yeah, that is the way that it goes.
Lots of travel for Zachy in the next couple months.
Where are you going next?
I'll be back in Midland week after next, and then possibly to England, and then who knows?
Wow.
Yeah. So 2 very, very extreme.
Jet setting. Jet setting.
Jet setting. All right, guys, when we come back from this break, we're going to do some other stuff. Maybe puppies and grapefruit juice. Nerd Thug Radio.